Hey guys, Dr. Ben here, Functional Medicine Centers. Awesome day. Thanks for being here. So much good stuff to talk about. And we're going to talk about some foods that are actually going to contribute to some brain issues. And so usually we talk about things that you can do to fix stuff. Now we're going to talk about things that may be causing something today. And many people are dealing with depression out there. So many people, life is overwhelming, jobs and cars and kids and COVID and presidents and stressors, whatever you want to stress about. So many people are feeling overwhelmed. Is there a variant? What should I do about it? Should we listen to these people or those people? All these different people. Give me a thumbs up if anyone ever feels overwhelmed, a little depressed, anything like that. I mean, we are being bombarded all the time. So love having you on. Go ahead and pop down below where you guys are watching from. If you haven't already, like or follow our page. Tons of information. We've got hundreds and hundreds of videos. Check out our YouTube channel as well. All of these videos get posted up there. Way easier to search for them on there. Tons of information for you guys. Hey Amy, good to see you. Been out in that Jeep lately. It rained a lot here in Colorado. You probably didn't go this weekend. All right, so here we go. Let's look at the top 5 foods that are going to be contributing to depression. And I mean, this could be anxiety as well or any brain issue, but especially on that depression is what the research is showing. So one of the things that we do know is that the gut has a huge connection to the brain. And so the first thing that we look at, some of these foods are going to have a very connected effect with the gut lining, and what that's going to be doing to the brain. Hey Linda, great to see you. So gluten is going to be the number one. Give me a thumbs up if any of you guys have ever had an issue with gluten, heard about gluten, taken gluten out of your diet, added it back in, maybe had an issue, maybe not quite sure, but here's the deal. Lots and lots of people have issues with gluten. There's a lot of thumbs coming up here. Gluten is going to be one of the number one things that irritates the small intestine lining. The small intestine lining into the bloodstream too early. And so that is what we actually call leaky gut if it's not working as well as it should. So gluten, if you're eating gluten, even if you don't have a full-blown celiac or gluten intolerance, whatever, if you're eating gluten and it's getting across that barrier, if it's causing damage to that gut lining, to that barrier, you will get it into the bloodstream, you'll get other foods into the bloodstream and create this inflammatory process. This inflammation coming out of the gut has a direct connection onto the brain. You know what they say? There's more serotonin receptors in our gut than we have in our brain. So think about that. Serotonin, that's that Prozac drug, that neurotransmitter that Prozac works on. So all of these different things that we're looking at when we talk about natural, synthetic, anything to work with depression is actually serotonin related for a lot of people if you're looking at straight neurotransmitters. And guess what? We've got more receptors in our gut than we have in our brain. So gluten, huge one. You've got to get off gluten. Number 2 is going to be dairy. Dairy is also very inflammatory to the digestive tract. Casein, there's lactose, so a lot of people are drinking lactose-free milk, but casein is the protein in milk that causes a lot of inflammation, causes issues in that digestive tract. So dairy is another one, just like gluten can cause inflammation in that digestive tract. Here's a big one that we talk about all the time, blood sugar swings, highs and lows. Both highs and lows can contribute to depression. People can feel down. Some people feel anxious when that blood sugar crashes, but a lot of times when that blood sugar spikes up, people get lethargic, their energy crashes, they really don't feel well mentally when that blood sugar is swinging up and down. We need constant glucose coming into our brain. So do everything you can. That's why we use glucose monitors with our patients to keep that blood sugar as steady as possible. I wrote the whole book, Blood Sugar Doesn't Lie. You can grab that on Amazon, and it's all about keeping that blood sugar steady. Number one thing, if we had everybody in this country stabilize their blood sugar, we'd reverse or repair 90% of health issues out there. The 4th one that we're looking at is GMOs, genetically modified organisms. If you are eating organic food, in theory, no organic food can be using genetically modified organisms in there. Why are GMOs such a big deal? Well, because they use glyphosate on them. So they're going to spray down that corn, spray down that soy, whatever it is, with glyphosate, and that Roundup, those type of things, and it's going to be the plant is going to make it, but it's still going to hold on to a lot of that toxin. That toxin has been absolutely shown to contribute to leaky gut. It's going to be irritating to that small intestine lining. There was a study done where they looked at pig intestines, and pigs were fed GMO grains and non-GMO grains, and the ones that were fed the grains from GMO crops, their intestinal lining was even make sausage out of it. It was so damaged and perforated. So the GMO crops are a huge part of this. Grab organic whenever feasibly possible. It's a huge part of this issue because remember, the more leaky gut we have, the more leaky brain we have, the more brain issues that we're having. Number 5 is going to be what we call vegetable oils: corn oil, soy oil, canola, any of the safflower. Any of these type of oils are going to be problematic. They're going to be more inflammatory, especially to the brain. You want to do more omega-3 fats, which is going to be more of the olive oils, some of the saturated fats, avocados, coconut oil, flaxseed oil. Some of these other oils are going to be way better for the brain. Vegetable oil actually causes imbalances in that inflammatory pathways. It's going to affect the brain negatively that way. So you want to stay away from vegetable oils, more of the omega-3, fish oils, salmon, sardines, those things, as well as the other good fats, saturated fats that you can go in there. So here we go. Top things to stay away from today if you're feeling depressed, even anxious, brain fog, whatever it is, any brain symptoms, but especially depression. Stay away from gluten, very damaging to that small intestine lining. Casein in the dairy is going to be very inflammatory, especially to the digestive tract. Keep that blood sugar steady, highs and lows. Kathy, what about fat and bacon or lard? Perfect. That's going to be good. Obviously, everything in moderation. If you're having a pound of bacon a day, it might be too much. But yes, even some nice organic lard is going to be helpful as well. Stay away from GMOs, genetically modified organisms. Those highs and lows are going to be a huge part of what's contributing to inflammation in the body, especially brain not being able to stay steady. Genetically modified organisms. Eat organic whenever possible, and then vegetable oils. You want to stay away from those vegetable oils and more on the omega-3s and the saturated oils. So hopefully that helps, guys. Do some of these today and your brain can start working better. Jessica, I have 2 books on Amazon. If you just look up my last name, Galyardt, Galyart. Otherwise, it's Blood Sugar Doesn't Lie, and then Rebuild Your Brain are the 2 books that you can get on Amazon. Does fruit spike sugar? Danny, great question. For some people, sugar is okay. Some people can eat a banana and be totally fine. Other people, berries make them go up. That's why we do glucose monitoring. That's why we check this day in and day out with patients, because everybody is unique. In my blood sugar book, you will not get a diet, you will not get a menu, and you not get a meal plan. I'll guarantee that right off the bat, because everybody is so unique. So for some people, they can't eat a single fruit, but for other people, they can. So it just really depends on the person. All right, guys, make it a great day. If you've got any other questions, pop those down below.